Hi, everyone, and welcome to the start of Unit 2, The Living World Biodiversity. This is a core concept in AP Environmental Science. We'll start off with an introduction to biodiversity, covering sections 2.1 and 2.2. First, let's start with a definition. Biodiversity is simply the variety of life within an environment. It's crucial for a healthy planet. We can break biodiversity down into three main categories, which you can see illustrated on this slide. Ecosystem diversity is a range of habitats found within a region. Think of how different a mountain range is from a coastal area. Species diversity is the number of different species within a certain area. For example, the different types of plants and animals found within a forest. And lastly, genetic diversity is the range of all genetic traits that make up the gene pool for a particular species. It's what gives individuals within a species, like these chipmunks, different traits and helps them adapt. Now, let's take a look at the intermediate disturbance hypothesis. This hypothesis suggests that ecosystems experiencing intermediate or mid levels of disturbance are more diverse than those with very high or very low disturbance levels. Look at the graph on the left. Species richness, the number of species, peaks when disturbance is intermediate. Infrequent or low intensity disturbance on the left side means a few dominant species can outcompete others, keeping the diversity low. Frequent or high intensity disturbance on the right means conditions are too harsh for many species to survive or recover, also keeping diversity low. Intermediate disturbance allows both early colonizing species and competitively dominant species to exist, creating the highest species richness. The other graph on the right illustrates this concept using species diversity versus frequency of disturbance, and an actual example of algae species richness versus snail density. Snail grazing acts as the disturbance in the aquatic ecosystem example. Before moving on, let's define a species. A species is a group of organisms that is distinct from other groups in terms of size, shape, and behavior, or even biochemical properties. Critically, they can interbreed with other individuals within the same group to produce viable offspring. Species can be categorized based on their tolerance for different conditions. Generalists can live under a wide variety of conditions, like this kangaroo here or raccoons in our cities. Specialists live within a narrow range of conditions. The koala, for instance, is highly specialized, relying almost exclusively on eucalyptus leaves for food. Specialists are often more vulnerable to habitat loss and environmental change. So, how do we measure biodiversity? We're going to use two main components. The first one is species richness, which is simply the number of different species within a given area. The second is species evenness, which is the relative proportion of individuals within a different species of a given area. An ecosystem with both high richness and high evenness is generally considered the most biodiverse, meaning that many different types of species are present and their populations are roughly equal. High biodiversity is linked to resilience. Resilience is the rate at which an ecosystem returns to its original state after a disturbance. An ecosystem with high biodiversity has a high resilience because there are more species available to fill roles if others are lost or damaged. Finally, let's discuss ecosystem services. These are the services the environment provides to the benefit of humans. It's important to remember that anthropogenic or human caused activities can disrupt these critical ecosystem services. Maintaining biodiversity is key to ensuring these vital services can continue. Cultural services are non material benefits that people get from ecosystems, such as existence values, ethical values, recreation, or ecotourism. Provisioning services are the products that people get directly from ecosystems, including food, fresh water, fiber, biomass fuel, and even natural medicines. Regulating services are ecosystem processes that control natural phenomena. They regulate our environment. Examples are air quality, water runoff regulation, erosion control, pollination, and climate regulation. Supporting services maintain fundamental ecosystem processes. They are the foundation for the other three types of services we discussed. Some of these examples include nutrient cycling, like the ones in the diagram, water cycling, photosynthesis, and soil formation. Last in the slides is a video discussing the different ecosystem services and their connection with biodiversity. I encourage you to take some time to watch this video. Thanks for tuning in for our notes today, and good luck with your studies.